what I was doing. Let's just do some shitty vibe coding. Yeah, let's just do some shitty vibe coding. So I have my editor set up. I'm going to be using cursor for this. Let me embiggen this a little bit. I'm going to make a new project. So I think it's like npx create next app. We'll create a Next.js app. I'm going to call it vibe. TypeScript, absolutely. Yeah, let's use the fastest linter. Tailwind, of course. Why not? Yes. App router, TurboPack, of course. Don't want to customize that. Let's install it all. Let's also refresh my cursor. And let's go. So I got a couple of different tools available to me. We will. Do I have yeah. Load. Got it. Cool. I guess that didn't work the way that I thought it would. So let's do. Oh, there we go. Cool. I'll embiggen this just so that we can see it. We will be doing a couple of different things, right? We'll using npm. Got it. Run dev. Got it. Here we go. Great. I'll also kind of embiggen this so that we can see it just well. Now, I'm not by any means a expert vibe coder. I do TealDraw, which is like a Canvas SDK thing. This guy probably follow me on Twitter. We sell that too, so I have to say it, right? You can build shit with it using web development tools. It's just a big React app. But today we're going to be doing something, well, I guess similar. Let's try and re-implement a Canvas app using all the tools available to us. We're going to use Next.js just in case we need anything extra, but actually Next.js kind of is a little bit of not the right tool that you would use for just developing a canvas like this. But you could definitely do it, right? We'll use React as well. So I have two windows open, don't need that. I'll put this over here. I will kind of tuck this as much to the side as possible. We'll hide this for now until we need it. First thing I want to do is, you know what? Let's see what Claude is up to here. Maybe we can use some Claude to help. Clear out all the Next.js template, normal stuff on the pages, layouts, etc. I want a clean start. I'm going to be running a couple of different Claudes at the same time, just because I want to be sure in source utils create a vector 2D. It's not going to be class. It's going to be like a utils class with static functions for all like vector math. And I want to make sure that the vector math that we do is functional. So I don't want it to be creating new things. I don't want it to be like mutating stuff. Return new stuff, right? That's what we want, because we yes, allow all edits. You know what? Actually, I should probably go back and say Claude dangerously skip permissions, because I don't care. And then we'll resume. I'm going to do the same thing over here as well. Resume a conversation, clear out all the, right here, this one. I'll do the same thing here, which is Claude dangerously skip permissions. And okay, this one's Chuchin. That's what I want. This is that. I want to go back to resume a conversation, clear out all the Next.js stuff, and there we go. So the Next.js continue. The Next.js stuff starts with a lot of boilerplate around like, hey, welcome to Next.js. That's great, wonderful boilerplate. We don't need any of it, so let's just stick with Tailwind CSS. The layout should be super minimal, and yes, that looks great. So this is creating the, I think, no, it's not. All right, that's creating that. Let's do, okay, this one's done, this one's not. Great. Okay, So create a plan.md file where we'll put our kind of our PRD for like not it's not really a PRD. It's just our plan for this app. Now I'm going to try and keep my kind of actions per minute pretty high. I wish I had a way of measuring the actions per minute as well as the total token use. I think um, for true kind of like extreme vibe coding or something, you'd need that. You'd need some stuff on the screen to show. And these like what I'm doing right now, which is talking and not typing, that's a big mistake. You don't want that. We want to have like input in and code out as fast as possible. That would be ideal for this. So I consider me an amateur, but I'm working on my form here. Okay, so we have a plan. The plan is like nothing, right? So in the plan, also I want create a Canvas. Okay, like an SVG utils class. We're going to be doing a lot of work around raw SVG paths, etc. And I want a bunch of helpers for that. What I should probably be also doing is using like voice input a lot more. And I think I can do that. I forget how. Like it's like double tap, or no, it's like F5, right? Yeah, no, hold on a second. Yeah, I want to enable dictation. Yeah, I do. No, I don't. Okay, let's go. Is that working? It's not working. Hang on. Okay, so in the plan, I want to create a basic description of what this application is, and what this application is a Canvas application where a user can draw rectangles and draw lines and perhaps draw other primitives, right? But I want this to be just one big SVG. So the main React app should return an SVG. That SVG should be positioned absolutely fixed, rather, like inside of the screen, inside 0. And then all of the components that we're going to write inside of that React tree are going to return SVG elements. And they're going to have state and everything like that. And we're going to create new elements. We're going to delete them, all that. But we are going to do this all within the SVG. And maybe we'll put some UI on top later, but for now, let's just stick to just the SVG. You know what? Actually, cancel that. I will have like a sidebar on the top, or the top bar, and a sidebar on the right-hand side of the screen, where that's like normal React HTML stuff. But the middle of the screen is just going to be one big SVG. Okay. So it'll work on that plan. Hopefully, I mean, that also communicated to you guys of what I have in mind here. It's still typing. That's not good. That's not good either. Okay, let me jump back here. All right. So that's writing the plan.md. This is fine. This is fine. This is all good. I also need a kind of yeah. Let me review real quick. I'm kind of let me keep this one spinning while we do this. First off, add a plan for end-to-end tests. We're going to have no auth in this app, which makes things a lot simpler. But we'll do that. And over here, I want to have what do I want to have? I want to have like add a util class for managing events, things like pointer events. Okay, and then after that, create a simple state machine utility so that we can track state. The state machine library, or the utility class, or whatever that we have, it needs to work with React. So it needs to have a store, and when that store changes, we're just going to keep everything in one big thing. So actually, it could probably use React context as the store for now. I mean, that's going to suck, but we can do that. And we need to be able to define different states and transitions between those states, and we need the data to be in the store. So for example, like if I'm in the idle state and I do a pointer down, then I need to be in the pointing canvas state or the pointing shape state, depending on what I have hovered at the time. And yeah. Okay. Done. So we'll keep that going. Also create a unit test plan in the plan. I'll just try and keep it sick. Create a unit test plan in the planning doc. We don't have a test library right now, but we're going to need one. We're going to need I guess Jest is what we're going to use. All right, we're going to use Jest, and we need to be able to unit test, especially our utility functions that we're working on right now. And I need to be able to run those really cheaply and fast. So let's just stick with Jest and add that to the plan so that we can then start getting our Claudes going on that as soon as it's done. Okay, state machine thing is cooking. All right, now let's review the plan so far. Canvas drawing application built with Next.js where the user can draw rectangles, lines, and other SVG primitives on an infinite canvas. Main canvas, one large SVG element positioned, absolutely fixed in the center screen. That's what we want. UI layout, boom, 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 perfect. I'm also going to fire up the agent here. In the plan, make some ASCII art of the user interface. That will help. And then I'm going to check to see where my family is. Are they home yet? Getting pretty close. All right, we're going to keep going here. Right plan. Okay, they're going to add some ASCII art. Hopefully, it represents what that state will look like. If I was good, I would be able to use TealDraw to create these things, and for Cursor and the other agents to read them, but they can't. They can't yet. They will someday. They will. But I want it to look like this. And this is the big SVG, and this is the sidebar, and this is like the top bar, menu bar. So let's see if I'll add that to the wireframes TLDR. All right. Let's see, did it do it? Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's good. Okay, this is pretty simple. Vibe, terrible name. Mobile, that's about right. Okay, cool. Although actually on mobile, this should probably be down here. Would be a better place for it. I don't know how to do that. Oh God, there we go. Cool. Drawing states, rectangle, all right. It's probably not necessary. Development notes, all drawing notes with React components return. Okay, great. Canvas will mouse events, great. State will track all Canvas elements for rendering. Can I do Zen mode while my Claudes are going? Okay, cool. Wrap. Okay, whatever. Keep. Yes. Oh my God. Just keep everything. Okay. Canvas interactions. Okay, this is the test framework. That's a great idea. Wonderful. Now let's get the Claude's chuchin on that. We need. I'm going to clear, reset, clear, clear. Gotcha. This is good. All right, clear. Create a end-to-end harness following the plan in plan.md. Cool. This one, clear. I'll try and stick to this. Man, why does that all happen? Create a unit test suite using Jest. Install whatever dependencies you need, following the plan in plan.md. Okay, it's a mess. We'll keep going here. I think we need another Claude. Personally, I think we need another Claude. So I'm going to fire up another Claude here. I need these Claudes to be in various places. Oh, we do have the agent here, so I'm going to I'll use this one. Great. In the plan.md, create a, well, you know what, actually, to do section at the bottom of the file with a phase 0, where we want just the minimum thing, right? Like set up the SVG, and all I want to be able to do is draw rectangles. So I guess the plan, phase 0 is really just setting up the base React components around this, and the system for capturing events and the system for state. Again, using the things that we've already created. So, for example, using the state machine, using the React context that we've talked about before, and yeah, it just needs to be one big SVG that's inset as described in the plan markdown file. So we'll get this one going. I think I will need another Claude here. I don't want to put it there. I'll put it up here. Dangerously skip permissions. And we'll see what they're doing. Okay, we have our jest config. That's good. We have our, oh, and it seems to be ready. No, it's still working. Oh, God. This is, I hate when it does that. We have our wireframes. We did that ourselves. Okay, playwright config. You know what? I'm going to skip that for now. And what's the actual website? It's still loading. That's good. That's surprising. Now let's look at the tests. Okay, we have some drawings, state, utils. That's good. These should be unit tests, and we still have this. So I think the right, we haven't started the to do. We're just creating the to do section. So let me take another look at that to do section. Wonderful. Phase 0 tasks. Create the Canvas context provider. Basic React components. Yes. Rectangle shape component. Yes, I think that's right. Rectangle drawing system. Okay. Here's the thing though. Okay, in this application, I don't want to be rendering React components like. Well, I guess I do. You know what? Yeah, we want the state to include a flat list of all of the components, or I'm sorry, all of the shapes in the system, and we want that list to be ordered based on like what's in front of what. So when I create a new shape, it should go to the top of that stack, and we want, and then we want to render, basically want to map over those things as efficiently as possible when rendering them on the canvas. So perhaps they're memoized, or perhaps whatever we do, we need to just be really effective, because that we're going to be pushing a lot of changes through the system, and the system needs to accommodate all those changes and render all those changes, but really render as little as possible. So we only want to update the things that we have to. Right. So that's generally the state idea, and that's how the React component should be made. So please make sure that the information that I just rambled gets into the plan phase 0, because that's going to kind of set the speed for everything else going forward. Got that. All right. This one, I think this one is ready. No, it's still writing the tests for the state machine. Let's look at the tests that are going. And this is where I probably should have another Claude, which is I want you to review the plan phases that are being written in plan.md. They were written by a lesser agent, a childlike agent. Please make sure that there are no mistakes, and I won't regret anything. Cool. The tests are starting to be written. I haven't looked at the SVG class, but I guess I'll be able to look at the API via these tests, which is, okay, we can parse path, and it is a command system. Okay, so we have the commands being defined in JavaScript. Weird, but let's go. Okay, so I have parse path, a lot of these. Okay, this, that's fine. Relative commands, and so, okay, so we have a path that is defined in JavaScript, and then we can convert that path to strings, like SVG strings, and vice versa. We can convert the SVG strings back to this command system. That's good. I can translate the path. That's good. So there's a kind of a mode for mapping between or like the translation. So all the control handles and everything like that. It's great. Good. I should make a note here that the paths for each shape needs to be relative to the shape. Okay, so let's talk about that. In the system, we want to define shapes as having a translation that is unique to that shape. So a set of a set of SVG data that, or just data that will tell the SVG engine where to put that shape, right? Like where its origin should be. So we'll probably wrap these all in groups, and so this would be like the group elements transform, I think, where we want to like transform to here, translate to here, and then like maybe rotate or whatever, and then the path data of the shapes inside of it should be local to that, right? So when I'm dragging around a shape, I don't want to be changing the path data inside of the shape, right? If it's a rectangle, I don't want to be changing the, or whatever, spline. I don't want to be changing the control points within that spline. I just want to be translating. I just want to be moving the group that contains it. So it's important that the group has its own information about where that group is and the transform of that, the rotation, etc. And then separately, the shape needs data about like what's inside of it, right? Like what are the SVG paths that are contained by that shape or that element, which might be different. Like if it's a circle with an X in it, there's going to be multiple paths potentially. So make sure that also goes into phase 0 of this plan, or the general architecture doc in plan.markdown. Good. This is borked. God, hold on. How are we doing on context? This is still doing all right. Good. Run the tests and see if they work. This is good. They tried to run it, didn't work. It's trying to run it again. Changing the module name mapping. Playwright tests were fucked. Can't find the module playwright stack. That needs to be installed. It's done that. That's good. This is reviewed. And what does this say? This says, oh God. Minor technical notes, state machine, needs shapes array. Okay, make these improvements. Now this is a dangerous thing because we have two bots that are editing the same document, and that's going to cause them to kind of step on each other's toes. Now, the advice from on high is to run this in work trees, and so I found that that's actually pretty dangerous unless you know that the bots are working on different problems or different parts of the code base, because they will introduce merge conflicts, right? Rather than just fighting over files, which is in some ways easier and better. If there are merge conflicts, each one of those bots in each work tree is going to try and resolve those problems in their own way, and that's terrible because they will then create new merge conflicts, and they will never, at least I never saw it escape from that pattern. Like once there was any conflict between the kind of the bots, it was just like it was done. That was like forever. Your work and make sure that everything makes sense. Like prompts like this don't really help as much as I wish they would, because either it's gonna make improvements just to make me happy, to seem like it's doing work, or it's gonna say like, yeah, that looks fine, which in a way is the better. The odds of it actually finding something that it wants to improve that is actually materially improving is very low. But on the other hand, like, I don't know, it's worth it maybe. Sometimes even things like just consistency across a document that was edited by multiple agents or by a single agent over multiple sessions or something like that, especially in Cursor, because you don't have the same sort of control over context that you would in, or maybe you kind of do, as you would in Claude Code. But there's a couple of layers of abstraction that I feel like make it make me more confident when I've asked it to kind of do a review, or asked another bot to do another review on top of it. See, the app has a different structure than what the tests expect. The tests are designed for the full UI. Okay, failing tests are okay as long as they run. We'll make some stuff in a moment. Good. The jest types seem to be good. Um, how much coverage do we have over the utils folder? Because that's really the only thing that you should be testing at this moment. Too bad that I keep dropping the last word when I stop this. Yeah. Let's see what the coverage is. Kind of a lot. Full screen SVG Canvas. Okay, they've made some improvements. That's great. Never try to run the server, please. Remember this. Okay. My wife and kid are about 3 blocks away, so we're gonna. This is the necessary pressure in order to create a good narrative. We have our files. We have this. Blah 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 blah. Now I'm going to let loose on the thing. Implement. Well, hold on a second. Reset. Implement phase 0 of the plan.md file. On the other hand, you are going to build. Hold on a second. Wait. Only build the canvas. Build the UI as described in phase 0 of the plan. Don't touch the canvas. Another bot is working on that. You are going to complete all metadata, icons, other things that we need for the UI canvas. Don't touch the canvas components or UI components. Other bots are doing that. And you are going to flesh out phase 2 of the plan into a detailed to-do list, separated by. I'm gonna kind of throw a software, kind of throw a grenade here by concern. I don't actually know what the concerns are now because I haven't really read the plan, but that seems like a good idea. Is to, in the same way that we're trying to do some parallel work here with. Why is it running on 3001? With like the UI versus the canvas. Okay, I see that the cursor is slightly different. That's encouraging. I see that the well, yeah. We're trying to kind of separate things out by concern. We're just like I said, I'm not sure exactly what those concerns are. Okay, so nothing's happening. Let me look at the page. Let's see what we got. We got the canvas provider. That's good. That should hold the state, whatever that is. That's good. We have the state machine. We have our data, shapes, hovered elements. This is great. I hope they trained on teal draw so that this is kind of familiar in terms of the names. Pointing canvas, hover shape, pointing canvas is nested under idle. No, that's a transition to pointer canvas. Okay, this is good. Good. I think. And then we have our layout. This is good. Let's just call me Steve for now. You know what? Even better, I'll just use my Twitter handle. Good. Vibe.app. I do have the domain. No, I don't have the domain. I do have vbdraw.com, which ironically was bought when TL stands for tiny little, and so I bought VB for very big. And in the same way that I walked backwards into TLDR in TLDraw, I think I accidentally walked backwards into kind of something slightly related to Vibe with VBDraw. So who knows? Maybe lightning will strike twice, because hey, you never know what goes into production. Still can't draw anything. This is doing something. Can't save layout. Oh boy, that's too bad. Right, so Claude must have been editing that. All right, fuck it. Goodbye. Come back. vbdraw.com. Save it quick. Got it. Good. Is it loading? Is it working? No transition event for pointer down from state pointer down. Let me see if we can pull this guy up. So I'm just going to paste in the bug there and see how it does. This has proper metadata. That's good. This has phase 2. That's good. I was never a StarCraft guy. This is the kind of the meta, right? The macro and the micro, right? The macro being like making sure that all of your resources are being spent efficiently, and that you're kind of like calling in just enough resources that you need, while also paying attention to the micro stuff, like, hey, you got the name wrong, right? This is why I think competitive, or at least spectator sport vibe coding has a potential to be revolutionary here. We still can't do anything. We still don't have any UI. Run the end-to-end tests or update them or whatever. Have pressure. This good. Flesh it out a little more. Be specific. Now, I haven't read what it wrote, but I think that this is generally the advice that I give after it thinks that it's done with something, is that like it might not be specific enough, and we want to hand that off to a bot as soon as possible in order to actually work. So it still thinks we're using 3001, which I guess we kind of are. I think we're hosting it twice. No, we're hosting it. The app is at 3000. Make sure the plan knows that. Right, that's a good. Oh shit, that's a good sign. What the fuck is that? Oh god. And oh no, don't do that. Run the tests. Run the tests. Headless, please. Okay, this. Let's see, we're still okay. The types are failing. That's good. Metadata is good. And it's running in Chrome nightly. That's a problem because it still thinks we're in 301. Is that found? This is going to be micro here, right? Is that found here? Okay, that's good. I'm going to change that. Boom. Run. Okay, good. Let's see, this is this. I need a normal terminal actually, because I kind of want to run the test as well. Although, you know what? Yeah, screw it. Playwright or end-to-end? I don't know what they did. They give it a script for this? Scripts, lint, test, jest, playwright, test, end-to-end. Does anything work? Nothing works. No, that's not even working. Did it crash? Maybe. Let's try and do it again. Manifest isn't there. That's weird. I think that's responsible for this one. There. So I think it's trying to load files that aren't there. I think that's the problem. Vibe, next, static development, build, manifest. Where are we? Okay, this one's happy. The build is running. This one's freaking the fuck out. What? It's running the end-to-end test headlessly. 300,000 is good. This is still a problem. I don't know what's happening here. Servers process is new. We're gonna wait. Hold on a second. 3000 needs to work. Let me kill this. Let me try and kill any other next stuff that's running. I think that's, well, it can't be just Node, right? Because that's Node is going to be. All right, that's good. We have our playwright tests are working at least. Everything's failing. That's good. Why not? It's not working anymore. Let me try and run dev again. See if it actually gets off the ground. Port 3000 is used by process. I want to kill that. My fans are starting to spin. Kill. Process this. And anything on 3001 to this, that. Boom, let's go. This CLAUDE is still going, doing something. I don't know what. This CLAUDE is, oh, right, it's running tests. This CLAUDE is also, it's actually running on 3001, but there are build errors. What the fuck is this? I've never had this. Public file and page file. Okay. So we have this. That's good. Okay, now I think we're in business. Nothing works, but we're in business. We've got an SVG. All right. Something's happening. Who's working on plan part 0? One of these guys? I'm going to use Claude for this. Make sure that plan phase 0 is implemented. I should be able to draw phase 0 is implemented for whatever phase. Oh God, lets me draw a rectangle. Should be able to draw a rectangle and see it. Let's see where we are. I don't want these playwright reports either. I don't know who's talking. Who's in charge of playwrights? Which one of you fucking Claudes is in charge of playwrights? Okay, this one. Never, ever, ever show the playwright report to me in a tab. Something. I don't want this. Drawing functionality. Hold on, we can read this. Interaction bot to add the pointer events handling. All right. Make it work. Cool. The plan removes all ambiguity. Perfect. Is there a phase 3? So let me go back to macro here. We just had to do some micro. Everything's good. Right now we're starting to get some progress, I think, with our end-to-end tests. But WebSocket connection to Webpack HMRs. Fuck. We have a problem. Server just crashed. It says it's in use, but it's not. Kill process this. So we'll wait until that's. I don't want it to be running on 3001. I want it to be running whatever. It's on 3001 too, or 3002 if there's anything there. Let's see. This is this working features full screen SVG Canvas. As soon as it works, it should work. As soon as it works, it should work. Let's see. Yeah, flesh it out. Okay, there we go. Nothing works. That's a bummer. But you know what? I think our failure is getting closer to the type of failure that we want. We wanted this to fail in a very specific way, which is that we want it to kind of fall towards us. It's a little bit like when a building falls into itself. You know, like when you're destroying it. We want to make sure that all of the consequences of our actions kind of occur in a certain way that nothing happens when I draw. That is like a controlled demolition of our code. We want to make sure that the system that we design is kind of like a drunken mass, like an explosion played in reverse. We want to make sure that this chaos comes into order in a certain narrowing way, like a crystal forming out of liquid. And the phase 0 is success. The core functionality is working perfectly in the browser. I really just can't do that though, and I don't know why. I really can't though with my mouse by clicking and dragging. There's no UI. There's the thing's not even running, unless it is. No, this is something else. I don't even know why this is being closed, and it's still. It must be the playwright thing. Yeah, it must be. Now we're on 3002. Good heavens. Okay, whatever. Let me see. Like just nothing's pointer down. Yeah, okay. State is undefined. So we have some stuff going. This is what I see. And let me tell one of these Claudes about it. I'll paste that image in. This is me clicking and dragging. By the way, collaborative features are coming. We just got to get through this minimum, this phase 0. Background color. It says it's building some UI. I just don't see it. And I don't know where. I might as well look at the code. I think that might be where the problem lies. I think the problem most likely is in the code. Where else would it be? So we're going to look at it now. We're not using this. We are looking at app layout. App layout is okay. We're like Christmas. Christmas. Yeah, we'll keep that. Future top bar and right sidebar will go here. Someone forgot to do the top bar and sidebar. Can you add them? Now I should open a new window or a new chat in order to do this, but I'll just kind of like, oh God, good. That's good. That's progress. That's what we want. Cursor crashing, however, that's not what we want. So we're going to have to bring that back. I've had a bunch of crashes from Cursor when extreme vibe coding, and the problem is that it's not just that you lose your claudes, which is a tragedy of its own. And you can restore them and stuff, but you lose you lose the vibe. You lose the I don't know if you just noticed it, but I was in full creative flow um, for the last 30 minutes. Now I'm out of it. Now this all seems stupid, whereas a few minutes ago it seemed kind of cool. But let's try and get back into it. We had at least one or two claudes. Oh yeah, let's do one over here. Actually, no, I want this in its own thing. I think we had a claude doing the canvas. So let's see which one. SVG canvas rendering. Let's do that. I should have made this into here. Oh God. You know what? I'm going to split it like this. We'll try and do the next one down. It's actually really hard to resume. But we had to make it work one running. That's kind of tricky. You know what? I'm going to stick to one claude and see if the ball is in your hands. Make sure that all phase 0 requirements are met. Don't stop. Use whatever. Oh yeah, I did forget to fucking God. I needed to be Claude dangerously. Skip permissions. And you know what? I'm just going to tell it, hey, you need to finish phase 0 features right now. Now, take the ball into the goal. This is showtime. Do whatever it takes. Please make no mistakes. Right on. That's really all we need to do. And we should have our canvas working pretty well any moment now. I think 3003 is where it's at the moment. I don't know what's on kill task on 3001 and 3002, whatever those are. We are getting a server error, which is opaque to me, which is not a good thing. Which has to do with okay, well that's good. That's the type of thing that you want. I think it's just state.current. That's good. State.data. What? State.current. Yeah, right. Canvas state does not exist in top type idle. Okay, whatever. We'll just put it there. Now I really want to know why there's no UI anywhere, because it's trying to build stuff, right? So that makes me think that what is happening? Why does it keep closing the stopping the server? All right, we're on 301, 3001. That's okay. Wait, hey, whoa! I just saw some. Look at this! Look at this! We have some UI. That's great. We're making it. We're making it happen. State.current canvas state does not have current. It has something else. Where's the canvas state defined here? Use canvas context. That has state machine, which should have its state dot States, okay, good. But it doesn't have a current, does it? It just has states. Why doesn't it have a, has an initial, but it doesn't have a current? Canvas config, right? Um, where is the current state held in the state management system? That is a good idea, or a good question, because state, current state, okay, there, it's just kind of backfilling it. We have a problem again with Next.js that is having to do with the build manifest again. I think we've run into this one before. And I really don't know what that is, so I'm going to just paste it in here and hope for the best. Maybe, you know, maybe that's another Claude, but let's see where this is. Maybe I can just kind of do a drive-by fix for that, or maybe I just need to turn it on and off again. Right, still used by process 366. So, all right, we're back to 3001. That's fine. I really wish I knew what that that extra process is. Right, this is fucked again. What is happening there is the question. It said it had a um, it said it had a background task. I don't know what that background task is. It might be that the background task has to do with the tests or end-to-end tests, which would which would make sense for the fact that the 3000 port is still kind of being blocked or parked in that way. So it's something wrote the build manifest is typically a temporary build issue that can be resolved by cleaning the build cache and restarting the developer server. Great. Okay, we're on 3004 now. Maybe 3004 is where it's at. It's not. That's a problem. Maybe it's just looking to see what's there. Uh, Normally, I would kill all node processes here, but that's not going to save us because all these Claudes are node processes. The current state, okay, is this good? That's a good idea. We'll keep that one going. So my meta was totally screwed up. I don't know if you saw that, but my meta was totally screwed up by having cursor crash. So you know, to the team at Zed, you know, you're our only hope, is what I'm saying. Is that I will use this app. It'll be good. That is Zed. This is Cursor. I don't know where the love hate cycle is within developer tools. I think it changes every couple of months anyway. But okay, localhost 3002. Let's try that one because 4 doesn't work, 2 doesn't work. This is still a build issue. Let me nuke the next folder. Cross my fingers on that one. Nuke this npm install, see whatever, npm run dev, see if that works. We're on 3001. All right, we're getting a lot closer. Okay. I'm just going to copy this and just slam it into the text there. It looks like app layout has the bug. TypeScript passes data.shapes.map, but the data is not there, which is a problem. I don't know why it wouldn't be there, but that's the case. App layout, it's still in main, right? The canvas. It's so strange. Objects not valid as React objects keys. What the fuck is this? What are you doing? What are you doing? Initialization? Not data? Why wouldn't there be data? Stop trying to run it. Okay. Why would there be no data? That's my question. Overall assessment, high quality phase 0 implementation doesn't work though. Double check the state management. Okay, right. I am absolutely right to question this. This is fairly fundamental to the operation of the application, the fact that the data in state in context would exist. Um, I am right to question this. I am right to bring it up. My concerns are valid, which I like to hear. So good, Claude, fix it. But also, thank you. Update Canvas component. All right, so we're doing that dangerous thing again, where we have two different bots trying to fix the same thing. They might be trying to fix different parts of it at the same time, same thing, and they will be able to see, oh shit, something's changed underneath me. So okay, we're here. I enter pointing canvas. We're making great progress. I enter pointing canvas, but I am not leaving it when I pointer up. Also, I'm not creating any shapes. That is definitely not happening. Also, I'm not creating any shapes. Fix I made. See, this is what I mean. It thinks that I fixed it, but it's actually the other bot. Remind me. Okay, double check the state machine and be sure that I can create shapes. Maybe it'll get there first. Now we're getting kind of like we're getting far along here, because we still thinks there's a state.current, but that's not, current does not sit on state type idle. Huh? Oh, because like some of these states are nested, but not all of them. And so this is a that's a mess. The this one just stopped. Continue. Bad request. All right, that's not good. This is fine. This is fine. This is not fine. It's not leaving the pointing canvas state when I pointer up. Check the events handling. Now, this is probably at a level that I could fix the types in Canvas. This is probably something that I could debug myself, or that I could resolve myself, but I don't want to, and I shouldn't have to, because just do it. And the I think, I didn't really review everything, like the whatever, the plan or whatever, but I think this should be fucking obvious of, like, okay, there's a pointing state, there's a dragging state, there's an idle state, that I should be able to move between these states based on, the when I start pointing and when I stop pointing. This is not rocket science. It's not even, like rocket science 101. Um, Certainly not rocket science 200. What it is it's basic interaction, right? Like, it's basic code. Like, the fact that these things are still showing type errors makes me lose my mind, because this is of course I'm accepting it, but that's beside the point. I think it's like it should just, what what this is silly. Implement advanced shape system, build complex scale. What are you doing? Why are achieve full WCAG 2.1 AAA accessibility compliance, implement PWA like installation and native like experience? What are you've gone rogue. All I want you to do is like fix my app here, and you're losing your mind. Console logs will use uh, stop stop undo all. Pointing canvas. I only see the pointer down event. Okay, we're getting closer. Cursor's agent is dead. We are going to focus on Claude. You're my only hope. As I told you before, get the fuck out of here. It's all, the ball is in your hands. The court is beneath your feet. The goal is in front of you. While not in goal, move forward. Break if in goal. Like, we should be able to do this. Okay, pointer move, pointer up. Good. Good. That's all working. Direct pointer move. That's cool. But the state is still shown as pointing canvas, and I don't see any shapes. Not creating them. Okay. So Claude's pretty good at taking comments like this on top of what it's already doing. So it's it's not. Sometimes a cursor agent, sometimes other agents will just stop and say like, okay, issues likely the pointer down is false and pointer up bent. So okay, please fix. And okay, pointer move, pointer down, pointer up. Okay, good. Debug pointer up. Okay, so I think it's really trying to debug this through through a loop with me in order to kind of get the feedback and stuff. But ideally, it would get that through either the end-to-end test or just like logic. Okay, let's see. Pointer event fires, but we do not leave the pointing canvas state. Is a problem. So I don't know if you can see this. This is the pointing canvas state that I'm talking about, and it is very small. And I don't know. Actually, you know what? Zooming in on this does not seem to have any effect. That's interesting. Still not happening, unless it's actually the display of that, which is the problem. I don't know where that's being shown, but it could be that. Anyway, that's all the time I have for today. Thank you for joining me for Extreme Vibe Coding. This is the first of hopefully one session like this, wherein I build in a complete end-to-end application using the power of Claude Code, cursor agents, and all the modern developer tools that we have at our fingertips today. It's never been a better time to build. I think you owe it to yourself, your friends, your family to lock in and to really figure out how to spend these tokens effectively. Um, and yeah, I mean, the world is there for you. Have fun. Steve Ruiz out. Buy a business license for the TealDraw SDK at tealdraw.dev. We have hobby plans available, and our business plans are, well, you'll it's good stuff. Go for it. See ya. Bye. I'm out. Booyakasha.